Good day, everyone, and welcome. Before we start, we have a disclosure. Please be aware of risk in the future. Trade in all our videos for educational purpose only. You're very welcome to follow any of our automated signal. As long as you're on SIM, we're not responsible for your trade. Today, I have for you the new scalpers we released. I have the Nasdaq on the 350 ticks. And made this morning 5,410. I have the Nasdaq 400 ticks is 6,585, all based on two lots. Actually, we had over 2,000 on the smaller time frame on the scalper, but we had two losing trade, big losing trades, so we went down to 1,600. On the ES 400 tick, we are up to 2387. So if you want to follow any of those automated trade, you're very welcome. On the CL, I have it coming from the market analyzer. It's already hit the target, but I expand the target. This one here is coming from the CL. The market analyzer is on 28 ticks based on one contract, and we have two contracts. It's a 520, which it hit the target, but I expanded to the next level. But the Autotrade calculate each time different targets. It's not fixed target, and the estimation target was 65.95. It hit the target, but there is a good potential. But now we have something else. We have a double resistance. So I'm gonna take it down to the 6609 on the CL, and then we will see what happened on those trades. For the ES today and the Nasdaq, it's really going back and forth. There is not much going on. There is a mixed market. If you look at the ES, you have a tremendous resistance in those areas here. Those are not tradable. If this market goes above that number here, we don't know which resistance is going to hold, which one is not. So the ES got stuck on the resistance 6,024. So there is no long trade, you know, on the ES. And plus you have the mixed market, and the buyers over the sellers with the 6 different time frame, they're almost the same. But also on the support, we are, this is from the symmetry, 6,014.25 is the support area. So it's not going anywhere. And if you want to know if this ES able to break, there is a new signal sell on the gold. I don't have the gold, but there's a new signal sell on the gold. The market is mixed, and it's not all in the green, indicating this ES not able to break the 6,024 at this moment. So it's going to be back and forth. The same story on the CL is a heavy support in this area here at 21,841, and there is a tremendous resistance on 21,881. So that's why today we are scalping, we're not swing trading. And you can see the market is really, I mean, we did very well on the Nasdaq scalping, and the ES did very well. And now we are on the ES 400 ticks. Is doing much better than the smaller time frame because it's not taking trades left and right. When you are using a smaller time frame, you're getting much more trades than what you really need to. So it is at this moment, we have 6,585 on the 400 ticks, and we have 6,280 on the Nasdaq, and we have 1750 on the smaller time frame, and now it took a short trade. We have 2,387 on the bigger time frame, 400 ticks. So we are doing fine, and the CL, I think we are going to continue climbing to the 6609. I don't want to look at the move everything to look at the CL, but we had the signals, you know, also for some people like between short and long trade, and they like to fuzzle with the auto trade. They know what they're doing. We have another system plotting long signal, and you know where is the short, and those they really works extremely good on the crypto or on the Forex. They work perfectly on those as well, not the future trading. They are, if you are using a daily chart on the Bitcoin, they can predict ahead of time, really ahead of time, when it's going to be short or long. Then listen to all those confusion people on the net. You don't need to be confused. You can always determine yourself where the market is going, not relying on anyone. So at this moment, there is no movement. We are going back and forth on the ES, and now if you notice, now it is in red, and equaled, almost equal the Russell. We have a buy signal. I don't have activated the Russell, but we have a buy signal on the Russell. Today, President Trump speaks at 4 p.m., so we are a long way. So still the market is tradable today. So there is not much going on in the market. It's practically flat, back and forth, and don't expect big movement. Obviously, you can see that on the ES, where the market got stuck in that channel here, and you can see where is this Nasdaq got stuck on this channel as well. So there is not much movement. We just going back and forth. So you gotta be careful when you are auto trading today. If you have a wrong auto trade, you can be losing a lot of money today. So on the smaller time frame, the 100 tick fired a buy signal, and on the higher time frame on the ES fired a short signal. This is also a pleasant okay, now we are 1,875. He got rid of it because it was not holding long, and we'll see what happened. On the Nasdaq, there is no trades at this moment. Even on the scalper, there is no trade. So now we have both the ES, the 400 ticks and the 100 tick took a long trade, and there is no trade on the Nasdaq so far. Now we crossed the 2000 on the ES 100 tick. We crossed the 2000, and we're still on that trade because it's a bigger time frame. So we crossed the 2500. Most likely we crossed the 2600. Let's see. If you are following the trades, we're not responsible for your trades. On the 30-year Treasury bond, we got, on the 30-year Treasury bond, we got sell signal. You can see it, sell signal on the 30-year Treasury bond. We got a short on Nasdaq. It's funny, we got the ES and the Nasdaq short. The 100 tick maintained over 2000. On the last trade it was a flat. I mean, manually I would have taken it short as well, because it's holding, there is a heavy resistance, so it is a tradable short on both of sides actually, because you have a resistance here, a heavy resistance, then you have another heavy resistance, then we have a solid heavy resistance, we have a triple resistance, double resistance, double resistance, double resistance, and the market not strong enough yet. And here there is a mixed market and there is a heavy resistance here. So the bet here on the short, I would have taken it manually. So we're not your financial advisor, we just explain what's going on, and then the market is full of surprises. We cannot guarantee anything. And as you see, the Nasdaq starts sinking. Obvious. and now we are on the ES 100 take 2150, and this one is gonna sink as well. I'm not worried about it. There is a heavy resistance. It's going to sink. It's going to make some money. On the Nasdaq 350 ticks, we are up to 250, and on the 400 ticks, we have 110. So for a day, like we have a new signal on the 6E sell, we have on the 6B sell signal as well. So we're doing fine on a day like this. Even if you flat out everything right now, you're doing very well. You walk away with a profit. The ES start getting stronger. You have to be careful with the ES. The ES now we only have one dot red, and the buyer have increased a little bit more than the seller, and the market start lining up. It's not over yet, but we is trying to break those double resistance. So you have to be careful. On the Nasdaq, we cannot cross the 21,881. So be careful when you're taking long. If you want to take long, you have to wait till, or your auto trade. We're not trying to teach you price action, but we're trying to show you how you can manage an auto trade, any auto trade, doesn't matter. If your auto trade want to take a long in here, this is a very high risk, because there is really, I don't believe in double top, double bottom, triple top. It's all about supply, demand. There is many times the Nasdaq has hit this resistance, but I don't take it seriously. Double top, double bottom on all this oversold, overbought, all this non-crap, out of, it doesn't matter. Double top could be right now. The ES trying to break those double resistance, and I don't believe in pattern either. A lot of people trying to sell out the pattern, and I don't believe it. And as you see at the Bitcoin for many years, if you follow the Bitcoin, they try to use the pattern. What happened 4 years ago, what happened every 3 years, what happened every 5 years. All of them, they miscalculate. All of them, they miscalculate. Nobody is going to the moon. It's all about supply and demand. So what we are doing right now, we are just monitoring to see if this ES breaking that level. If the ES breaking that resistance, the Nasdaq will follow. But the ES is really getting stuck in here. And if your auto trade, doesn't matter what auto trade, if your auto trade want to go long here, you are on a very high risk planet, So, and as you see now, the Nasdaq, it is struggling, and the ES is trying to break that one, and then for the ones in Europe, what you do for the ones in Europe, you can wait on the Deutschland, on Germany market open, take half an hour, 1 hour. So in Europe, there will be digested to the market direction. So in the Frankfurt time, European time, Frankfurt, not England, Frankfurt time, if you wait half an hour or 1 hour, after the market open, then you turn on the scalper. That will be good. Or if you are an early bird and living in USA, if you get up around 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, turn it on. But do not turn it on when the market's open. If you are a late bird, wait half an hour before you turn on your scalper. If you just started your NinjaTrader around 9:30, the market open, wait till this market take a direction, and then you turn on your auto trade. So there is an option. If you are living in USA, you get up 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, turn them on. You'll be fine. And if you are in Europe, turn them on around 10:30, 11 o'clock a.m. German time, Deutschland time, and but don't try to start your scalper when the market open in Germany or when the US market open. Do not start at the opening. You need to, and do not use scalper on the news. If you wanted to use the scalper on the news, you're gonna be getting in trouble, because the scalper is a small profit. If you wanted to use the market on the news, you need to start using the swing trading. As an example, if you want to use, this is the swing trading, you can use the 4 minutes or the 5 minutes, and then you can run it on the news when the market's open, because this is not scalping, this is a swing trading. And now on the swing trading, before I used to have 4 contracts, now I took it down to 2 contracts. And I used to have the scalpers on 1 contract, I took it up to 2 contracts. So every single auto trade using 2 contracts, 2 lots. So to see where is the performance, the best performance, and see what's going on. So for the swing trading, if we want to take the Nasdaq, here it is. Here's the Nasdaq, and it's fine if you want to start around 9:30, because it is a swing trading. But if you are in USA and you are an early bird, 5, 6 o'clock in the morning, turn on the scalper. By the time the market's open, you're done. You know, whatever your daily target, you'll be done. So I usually turn them on if I'm not trading the DAX on the US time, maybe 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock on the US time, Chicago time, Eastern time. If I get up early in the morning trading the DAX, then I will be starting the scalpers on around 11 o'clock Deutschland time. So it depends what I am in. And as we see right now, we have 6,875 on the Nasdaq, and we have 6,750 on the 350 ticks. We have already crossed the 2,000 on the 100 tick, and we already crossed the 3,327.50 plus this trade on the So here is another 275 on that trade, is 3,537. Also, it's very advisable not to use Wi-Fi. Also, it is very advisable to have you know, like NinjaTrader Basic, the platform requires 16 RAM, gigabyte RAM memory. And we have some traders that try to use on the server 8 gigabyte or 10 gigabyte RAM. And that can lag your NinjaTrader, because NinjaTrader minimum is 16 gigabyte. And when you are using less than 16, I mean, you don't even have to think. Some people don't know, but when you are using a VPS, you have 16 gigabyte RAM, and they are shared. They are not really yours. It's much cheaper to use your computer home and turn off the monitor to save electricity. And if you are at work, use a team viewer. It's much better to use your own computer than to use your VPS. Most of those VPS, they don't have a good processor. I mean, I have a VPS. There is one, and it's costing €275, and the one in Europe is costing €375. If you are willing to pay €300-400 or dollars a month on a good VPS, not somewhere he's running out of a garage, you know, and this guy can stick his nose to your emails and everything, you know. I mean, you need a big company, not somebody running out of date VPS in a garage somewhere in Chicago, and you think yourself you got yourself a good deal with $100. Those $100 VPS, they are useless. You know, we've had so many bad experiences with those cheap VPS. So if you really want to have a VPS, you need to use around $300-400 on a good VPS to let it run with a good memory, good company, reliable, fast internet. And it will be cheaper if you calculate how much you pay for the VPS. Might as well buy your own server. You can order a small server, run NinjaTrader on it, and plug it into your home. I mean, you're not an institutional. You are trading millions of dollars per second to gain this quarter of second, you know, or to gain this quarter millisecond. You're not moving millions of dollars. An average trader on NinjaTrader, somewhere around 5,000. There is some traders we have, they have 50, 100, 250, but the majority are on NinjaTrader. They are trying to get funded, which the most of our traders got funded. 75 of our traders, 75%, they got funded by other company. We have one guy, he got 20 accounts funded. And the rest, they have $3,000, $4,000, $5,000. I mean, you don't need to go this extra cost for nothing, really. I mean, if you are paying for a good server, let's say you got a good deal, $300 a month, why don't you get your own server, plug it at your home, and let it run? What you gonna lose? Millisecond on the ES? Why? Are you an institutional? What you are trading? 1 ES, 2 ES, 3 ES? I mean, by knowing, like what we cover on Monday, by knowing how to sort out those slippage, which we covered yesterday, You don't need those server. I don't know why you think you need the server. It looked like on the Nasdaq 400 ticks we are crossing the 7,000. Let's see. Okay, whoever followed that trade on the Nasdaq, we are up to 300. We are missing one tick to sell to close that trade. We closed. Okay, we are on 7,485 on the Nasdaq. This is very good. Finally, the ES broke, but it does not mean you are out of the wood. Be careful. We still have another bumper, 6,029, and it is let's see if the Nasdaq able to cross that one. The next step is 21,998. For the speed of the internet, I mean, you don't have to whoever sent this message about the speed internet. The first thing is okay on a Wi-Fi when you are on a SIM. But when you are trying to trade live, you need hard wire to your wall, not on a Wi-Fi. When you trade in live, you don't need a Wi-Fi. You need to have a real plug from your computer to the wall. This is what I recommend. But if you are a manual trader and you are sitting on a swimming pool, you can put a limited order, and you can put a limit order if you are on a Wi-Fi. But if you are trading manually, if you are using an auto trade and you're not keeping your eye on your trades, which most of them do not keep their eye on the market, they just keep their eye on the PNL. We've been doing this for 16 years with the public. We know how it is another school to learn how traders behave. They care less about the blue chart. They're only looking at PNL. You ask a guy how long you've been trading, he tells you 10 years. When you start get to know him, you'll find out for 10 years he's watching PNL. He's not watching the market. So his 10 years behind the screen, it was watching the PNL. He has no clue how the market works, sadly, after 10 years. So if you are, we know, we've been doing this for 16 years with the public, we know. So if your eye only on the PNL and you're going live, go with a wire, because you're not looking at the blue chart. You don't understand what's going on. You don't know if the market going fast. You don't know if the ES is a plus or minus. You don't know if the ES got stuck in those channels. Even our traders, 65%, they have no clue where the ES at. 65%. This is a normal human behave in this age right now. People don't want to learn, they just want the money, and when they don't learn, they don't get the money. And it was like, you know, damn if you do, damn if you don't. So the best way, the safest way is to plug your computer to the wall when you want to go live. Another things also, which we have seen, there is some people using more or different platform on their computer. They have 2-3 different platforms on their computer. They are using them. Plus they have couple channel watching somebody don't know how to trade a paper bag, a little kid. He's a good marketing, and they're trying to follow a couple of channels. And those guys normally they don't get anywhere because they are busy everywhere and they're not concentrating on the market. They are busy everywhere, but they have no clue what's going on in the market. They're just trying to hang on the tree and jumping from one branch to another and have no clue what's going on in the market. Like now, like today. How many people are looking at the blue chart? How many people see there is a sell signal? How many people they see the market is stuck between those resistance? And how many people do you think, not just our traders, everywhere, let's count from 0 to 100, how many out of 100 traders recognize NASDAQ is not going anywhere? From 1 to 100 traders, I guarantee you there is 85% of traders have no clue that NASDAQ having a problem with 21,881. I'm not talking about my traders. I'm talking about how a human behave is looking at the P&L and has no clue what's going on in the market. That's what we have been experiencing for the last 16 years. Thousands of traders come and go with us, and we know how those traders behave. They want easy out and they don't get anywhere, and they are busy everywhere except their own chart. They don't look at it. They just want the money, and the money does not come because we have a beautiful brown eyes or green eyes or whatever. So here it is now. The market fell and short. So when you're trying to use your computer, when you're trying to go live, try not to open too many apps on your computer. Try not to use it for your personal entertainment. Try not to put 3 platforms on your computer and try to go live on one of them. Turn down the others. Turn down all those unnecessarily on your computer when you need to go live. Forget your personal entertainment for a moment when you go live. Another things also, what kill your trade is your antivirus. Your antivirus, I cannot name them. There is some antivirus. You can have top-notch computer. You have 65 gigabyte RAM. You have on my other computer I have 120 gigabyte RAM. Top-notch computers. I'm always specially made in Chicago for me. And then you put the antivirus, and the antivirus break down your computer, slow down your internet, slow down everything. Try to keep your computer, the one you're making a living from, clean. And don't overload it with garbage. You know, cracked software, special entertainment for yourself or whatever. try to keep the one you need to make a living from, clean computer. Like me, I have trading computer, and I respond on the email, not from my trading computer. I have a laptop. I respond on every email, not on my trading computer. My trading computer don't have a Gmail, don't have YouTube, don't have anything. Try to keep I don't need antivirus on my trading computer because there is nothing in there except NinjaTrader and the data going in and out. I have nothing in there. So when I try to respond on emails or anything is on a laptop, especially for emails, because also you get a lot of hackers, you get a lot of problems, and then you click by mistake on a link and then they can have an access to your account. So I have one special laptop only to respond on emails, has no connection with any platform, any pictures, any software. It's just for an email, and that's it. This one here, I have antivirus in it, but the trading computer has nothing in it except NinjaTrader and some other broker for a different investment, but that computer don't have even an email on it, and the emails goes to another computer. This is the way you need to respect the market. You don't watch a movie on your laptop. Now you are going live, So as we see right now, the ES wants to fly, and the Nasdaq is going down south, and the Nasdaq have a very thick resistance. Look at this. Look at those resistance on the Nasdaq. How many people took long on their auto trade on the Nasdaq? And how much money they win? If we take 100 traders, auto trading, doesn't matter where they are auto trading from, China, USA, Germany, whatever, and they went long on the ES, how far did they go today? They didn't go anywhere. Because they're not looking at the chart. So the ES got away, but there is another problem on the ES. So you can see immediately, there is one gentleman said on the telephone, in it, the auto trade is supposed to know it all. No. The auto trade cannot see you have another double resistance, another double resistance, another double resistance. The auto trade is not a human. He's calculating this bar. He has no clue about those lines or this line. He has no clue where is the buyers over the sellers. He has no clue what's going on in the market analyzer. He don't understand how strong the market is or how weak the market is. What he does, he's calculating 1 and 1 is 2. That's all what his job is. If you are auto trading ES, the auto trade don't know the Nasdaq is on the resistance level and it's not getting anywhere. He don't know that. So you cannot say the auto trade has to know it all. And it's supposed to figure out everything. No. You don't have 13 IT people sitting in the other room adjusting the auto trade for you. We hardly have people know how to optimize a template. We have people, they wait from 1 month to another to give them template. They don't want to even optimize their auto trade. So when you don't have an IT people sitting on the other room adjusting the auto trade, like what they do at the bank, institutionals, they have IT people sitting on the other side adjusting the auto trade to the market condition. They're not to just open a dishwasher machine in the morning and turn it on and they think is everything gonna be fine. So now the ES breaking out and getting stuck on a double resistance, and it's gonna get stuck on a double resistance. On the Nasdaq right now, you can see the buyers and the sellers are equal, and the market analyzer at this moment, we have a buy signal on the YM. We have a buy signal on the YM. So right now, the Nasdaq is trying to break this resistance because the ES managed to break this resistance and is climbing to the second one right there at 6,031. Is trying, but as you see here from the market analyzer, I don't want to go through details. You can see there is a red spot, and the buyers, they're not significantly over the sellers. They're not too much over the seller. So there is weakness in the trend. So if the auto trade taking a long trade in here, I know I'm already in trouble. I don't need to look at the P&L. I just need to get the hell out of that trade because I'm in trouble. On the YM signal, we call the YM signal from the market analyzer. Here is your YM signal, came in, and now you are already 250. I'll break even. And then what it does, this auto trade, readjust your trailing stop automatically to the fib line, automatically. For the CL, what we showed you at the beginning today, I increased the target to 66.13, and now I'm gonna go ahead and increase it to the higher level. And then what I will do, I secure some of the profit. This one is more enjoyable for people want to fuzzle with an auto trade. You can fuzzle with it and let the auto trade, take the target, everything you want. But you can blend yourself in it, and then you can secure some of the profit, and then the auto trade readjust your trailing stop to the fib line. But I want to keep hiding behind the fib line, and I increase my target. If I wanted to keep it on this target, I can, but I'm not going to do this. I'm going to increase it and secure some of the profit. Either take it all or walk away with a little. So that's what I'm doing on those trades. If you got your hands dirty, might as well get it all the way dirty and make money, or break even and get away with it. So now, as we see, the Nasdaq is trying to break out from this area here. That's very good. Let's see if this Nasdaq able to break it. If this Nasdaq able to break it, we're gonna have a problem on 21,897, followed by 21,900. So around the 2,900, if you have an auto trade taking swing trading like this one here, or like this one here, as I showed you before, and I'm swing trading, I know I will have some problem very soon in this area here. And then this is where also, if you want to maximize your profit, you have on the top of the auto trade, you can immediately close position if you see the market and maximize your profit, if you want to. If you don't want to, let the auto trade doing it. You can have the auto trade doing it itself. But if you want to maximize your profit, you can do that if you want to on those trades. So this is up to you what you do on the auto trade. You can maximize your profit. Two people using the same auto trade does not mean they get the same results. Absolutely, they don't get the same results, because it's all factored on what time you use the auto trade, what time you started your auto trade. Did you take over a trade from the auto trade? Did you override the auto trade, close on the maximize profit? It's all in factor. You cannot just say A and B auto trading this chart and they should get the same result at the end of the day. It never be the same results. It's about what this trader did, what kind of computer he has. Is he using a Wi-Fi? Is he using the few years ago, I mean, we've seen it all. A few years ago, we had a guy, we were on window 10, 11, I don't remember, 10 or 10, I think. We were on window 10. And when we tried to do the installation, he's still using Windows XP. It crack. Windows XP come in all kind of commercial when you are working. And he wants to install NinjaTrader. We couldn't install NinjaTrader. We direct him to NinjaTrader support, and they couldn't install it. And it turned out we are bad people, me and NinjaTrader, and he was cussing us out. And he was using a laptop, hardly has any memory, with an XP crack version window on his computer. And every time you try to click, another commercial pop out of nowhere, I don't know where, and there is some culture. I don't want to name countries, but there is some culture. Sometimes when you try to do installation, they have no respect for trading. They have out-of-dated computer, out-of-dated window, hardly any internet, and we had one taxi driver in New York. He put a laptop in his car, and he wants to auto trade while he was driving a taxi. I mean, I'm not from New York, but sometimes a taxi driver can go from one street to another. There is a weak signal, and he would not listen. He was not an American guy. He was a culture from a different country, driving taxi in New York. I don't want to name the country he's coming from. He's a very nice guy, a guy you would love to have a nice beer in a bodega with him. But I mean, he's a disaster trader, and he have a laptop in the taxi, and he wants to auto trade while he's driving a taxi. So the mentality sometimes from a different culture, they don't understand. You have to have a tip-top computer, you have to have a tip-top internet, you have to respect the market. It's not a dishwasher. There is some culture, they don't understand this. It's like, we have a gentleman, very nice gentleman, a few weeks ago. He rented one of those out-of-date VPS. Someone is renting out VPS out of a garage sale, and have 4 GB RAM, and we told them you cannot even install NinjaTrader on the before. We installed NinjaTrader. NinjaTrader would not move. You try to open a chart, it stays 5 minutes to open without anything in it. And then he sent us support. Can we have a couple of charts? You know, we don't have to have many charts. You cannot even get NinjaTrader to work. How you want to auto trade on that VPS? So there is some culture, they don't understand discipline. They don't understand they don't have respect for that business. They think any computer should do it, any auto trade should do it, and that's not true. So yes, we have experienced many things like this, you know. So as you notice, the Nasdaq didn't make it. The Nasdaq didn't make it, and it stayed below, and now it's going down. It's going south, and the Nasdaq is really having a problem getting anywhere. And guess what? The ES right now is climbing to this area here. Most likely is not able to break it, because the Nasdaq is not going parallel with it. The market is not in sequence. They're not moving in sequence. When the market is not moving, I know Nasdaq is not in ES, and ES is not in Nasdaq. But when there is a high important level, they wait on each other. In the older days, I've been doing this for 37 years now. In the older days, the Nasdaq and the YM follow the ES blindly. For the last few years, the Nasdaq went by itself, but still, the Nasdaq will respect some levels on the ES. Even if the Nasdaq crossed over from short to long, sometimes he stays on hold until technically the ES long. And you always, whether you trade ES or you don't, your ES is the best signal in the house to give you direction. Even on the DAX, your ES can give you a few seconds ahead of the DAX. Even when you are trading in Europe, the DAX, you need to put the ES. Always the ES chart should be available right under your eye, even if you are trading stocks. Your ES is an ES, is a 500 company. You cannot just turn a blind eye on it because it's the best signal in the house. So your ES, it is giving you the direction of this market on every day, even if you are auto trading the Nasdaq. So as we see right now, the Nasdaq not able to break that and is going down. And guess what? Despite everything, the ES having a problem getting up and breaking those resistance, it seems like the Nasdaq can bring the ES down. From technical manual trading, if you are a manual trader, you cannot take any trade on the ES at this moment, neither short or long. You cannot take any trade on the ES at those levels. And look, he dragged the ES with him. This is the re-entry long, is from this area here, 6,025. This is the re-entry long right here. It looked like there is some kind of news came out and now the market collapsed. I don't know if I'm missing anything. I don't have a television on when I'm trading, but this is the re-entry as we speak. Look at this. So the Nasdaq took long, reversed the market, and on the 400 ticks, we are already up 400, and on the 350 ticks, we are already up 400. Okay, this is the last trade for today. We managed from 10 o'clock to right now is 10:57. When we first started on the ES, we were 1,400, I don't remember, 1,500, somewhere around there. We managed to earn 1,000 more in 1 hour on the scalper. I don't remember what it was, the 400 ticks, but I think it was 2,500, somewhere around there. We managed to get 1,000, and as I remember here, we were maybe 4,000, 5,000. We are now 7,485, and we are 6,000. 750, and this one is not over yet. Okay, the market be careful with the Nasdaq. I would not take a short on the Nasdaq at this moment until the Nasdaq across those support area. Once the Nasdaq across those support area, you start taking short from 21,832. There is a certain area you cannot take short. On the ES, if you want to go short, you need to wait till the ES goes below the 6,021 to be profitable, because we don't know yet if this Nasdaq able to break all the support area or going to be rejected. What I see from here is a strong short, but we still have a higher time frame. The 30 minutes and the 15 minutes is still in the green. It's not totally cooked yet to go short. Speaking of a devil, look at this. Speaking of a devil, look at this. Rejected. You see? Speaking of a devil. So, another thing also, for this gentleman a few months ago called me and said, NAD Autotrade is supposed to know everything. Sometimes you have a trap in the trade, in the market. Don't get excited. Stay technical. What makes the future trading more profitable than the crypto and Forex is predictable, and you know what you're doing. When you are trading Bitcoin, just a little tweet can ruin your trade. A little tweet can ruin your trade. On the future trading, you can understand when there is a trap, and you should not get excited. The only time we're gonna get excited to go short when the market go below the 6,020, and when the market go below the 21,832. For the last 37 years, one thing never lost. We've seen so much garbage come in and go. But one thing has been successful for the last 37 years. Identify trend, pull back re-entry is the most successful type of a trading ever. When we can identify the market go below that level on the pullback short, when it cross this support area and go down to this level, pulling back short. You don't take many trades, but you have efficiency in your trade. 9 out of 10 successful trade. Doesn't matter what system you have, whatever you think you have the best, identify trend, pull back re-entry. The second profitable, I'm sharing with you what I find out in 37 years. Reversal. But reversal has more money than trading with the trend, but you have to be educated. We have an auto trade. We did it exactly how you do it manually. It's already in the system. We have a system that trade it like I trade it manually. We develop it exactly how I take reversal. But you cannot tell amateur trader to take reversals, because reversal can bite if you don't know what you're doing with the reversal. So identify trend, pull back re-entry, or reversal. And reversal, not too many people know how to reverse the market. We have one of the clients, he paid money to learn how to trade by one guy, and when he asked him about the reversal, he said there is no such a thing as reversal, because he was too dumb to know how to reverse the market. He's not a teacher. He is not an experienced trader, because everybody knows when you know how to reverse the market, you can make money reversing the market. But when some people are uneducated, they should not be reversing the market, because it can bite. There is a lot of money in the reversal, but if you don't know what you're doing, you can lose your pants. So as we see right now, we are 11:04. We are done for today. Here is the result for today. You can go back. We can see what price we started on the ES 400 take. Now we are 3,487. On the ES 100 take, I think we were somewhere around 1,400. With 1 hour, we doubled up the profit. On the NASDAQ, they were between 4,000 and 5,000. And right now we are 7,995 and 7,270. So this is all in 1 hour right in front of you. Folks, thank you very much for today. And please be safe for the rest of the day. Bye for now.